community is divided into 4 placitas, sort of 3 big placitas and 1 little placita that contains the common house. The northeast placita has our fountain, and it has lots of great plantings.
You walk into the garden and there's beds that everyone have put together, and I think around this time lettuce is coming up and onions. And there are 2 greenhouses, one of which we put together last year, and I believe one is holding tomatoes currently, which we have every winter now. And then if you go on back, there's a ramada, and to the right is the compost, which is very unique and great.
And smelly.
Yes, and very smelly, but we can deal because it's worth it, and it gets really good soil for everything, and you can dig up grubs and then you can feed them to the chickens, which are just right around the corner. And they have a wonderful little coop where I go and collect eggs almost every morning while I'm walking my dog.
It's nice having like our own personal pool, hot tub, like craft room, potter wheel.
There's we have a kiln, which is really unique, and lots of pottery, or lots of clay and all the materials to make awesome pots. And we have this great wheel, which we got a couple years ago. It's really fun to make pots.
It takes a lot of patience to live here at Sonora Cohousing. You know, it's not something that, you know, can be taken lightly, really.
It takes a lot of effort because you're in close quarters with all these people, and you really have to get along with them, and you have to work hard at it so that it's not all put on one person. But that's what makes it a great place, because everything is sort of shared, all the work, but all the pleasure of enjoying what comes out of that.
Our community has given us the opportunity to explore conflict resolution with each other at the same time that we're exploring a whole lot of great ways of connecting. I mean, even conflict resolution can be a great way to connect. It's challenging, it's not always the easiest thing to do.
It's a lot about respect, I guess, because you're living with all these people and you have to deal with them all the time.
The goal is to try and hold everyone's interests and concerns as if they are equally important to you, so that we can work out a creative solution that resolves all of those concerns.
I don't find our community is defined so much by the conflict that goes on here. It's a community that's full of actually rich connection and a whole lot of desire to be supportive and to help. I remember a phrase I came up with, you know, for finding why I wanted to be in the community, and I said I wanted to wake up Sunday morning and smell somebody baking bread and feel like I can walk over and then taste that bread. And so that's just an example of how easy it is sometimes to pull together a meal with no notice. And we've had so much good food here. It's fun to cook together, it's fun to eat together.
Sometimes we do things as a whole community, and sometimes we do things just with the people in our little neighborhood, and sometimes we mix it up with people between the community, but not everybody.
I find myself coming to think of my neighbors now that I've been living in an intentional community for a year. I no longer think of them with the word neighbor as often as I think of them with the word relative.
Like here, it's kind of nice being able to just like go 5 steps and be at your friend's door. You know, like a lot of my 2 best friends, they live like in the next. One of them lives next door, and the other one lives like 3 doors down. So it's like pretty nice just to be able to step out my door, go 10 paces this way, 3 that way, and being able to knock at my friend's door.
Friends' houses are not 2 miles. They're just like 15 feet. Well, there's always people to play with.
Yeah,
And
it's really big.
Yeah, and it's a lot of room for you to run around if you need to run around. And like if you don't have something, everybody shares around here, so you can borrow anything from anybody.
And you get to know people really well, and so you can trust a lot of the people. So if your parents aren't home, you can like feel like your parents are home because all of the other kids' parents are home.
It just really helps to have the sense of like a giant family.
It's like a lot more fun, and I can't really imagine myself being anywhere else.